Hello friends, my name is Jenna, but you guys can call me Jen. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome to the very first reading vlog for the month of April. I am doing week-long reading vlogs for the month of April because it's the Owls Readathon and I'm very excited about it. I have been waiting for this readathon for a while. I have never been able to participate in the Owls part of the magical readathon, which is set up by G. If you don't know anything about the Owls readathon, I will leave the information in the down bar. You can go watch her videos and see all of that goodness. And yeah, I am very excited about it. I don't know what I'm gonna read first. I actually have an Instagram poll set up for you guys to help me pick my first read. But also, it is also Camp NaNoWriMo. And that starts today too, so I'm vlogging that and this separately, and I'm going to be uploading them on separate days so you don't have to worry about any overlapping content. This is going to be strictly reading, that one's going to be strictly writing. So without further ado, let's start this reading vlog. Jenna coming in here. I lost some footage for the rest of Wednesday when I started this video, and I honestly cannot find it on my phone, on my computer, anywhere. So it's gone into the abyss. But in this little weird footage thing, I was going to explain that I had no idea which book I wanted to start for the Owls first, so I put it up to a Instagram poll right here to choose. And the next clip says I never updated you on which one which one was picked. So just keep watching. Good morning everyone. Happy Thursday. Happy April 2nd. I wanted to come in here, and I don't know what's happening with my hair this week. It is just a mess. It's fine. It's fine. We just gonna live with it. I wanted to come in because I realized last night that I never updated you as to what my Instagram poll chose for me to read first for the Owls Readathon, and it shows The Gathering of Shadows, which I tried to start last night, but I was just not anywhere near any capacity of concentration. So I got to like page 30 roughly. So today I'm gonna get more done of this, and I'm very excited to keep reading this because, as I said in my Owls TBR, I've been trying to read this series for so long, and I've read A Darker Shade of Magic, which is the first one, twice now with the intention of like continuing on with the series. I never have, so now's the time. Now's the time! This one is very cute this morning. You just ate all your breakfast. You're so good. You're such a baby. You're such a baby. Oh, look at you, baby. Oh, hello. Yes, good girl. Anyways, I'm waiting for my water to boil so I can have my tea this morning. I'm gonna switch it up from coffee because the past few days I've been making coffee and then drinking half of it. So I need to do my tea. Amazing. But yeah, I will update you a little bit later because today I have to work, so it's my last day of work, and then I have the weekend, so I have the weekend to read as much as I can. But today, after my work day, I have nothing planned besides reading and a little bit of writing. But like, that's for a different video. But yeah, I'll update you in a bit. It's a little bit later now, and it's just about time for me to eat some lunch, which I'm very excited about because my stomach is rumbling. But it's been kind of a slow day for work, so it's going slow because whenever I have a lot to do, the work just goes faster and the day goes faster. So I like having a lot to do, but I'm getting through my day with watching all the long booktube videos right now, because Books and Lala just released her like reading 30 books in 30 days vlog, which was an hour, and then Reagan's is 42 minutes, and I'm living my best life right now. Slowly going through my magazines, chucking away at the work, and then just listening in the background to vlogs. It's the best. It honestly is just the best. But also, okay, so I woke up this morning knowing we were going to have a big snowstorm for the next 2 days, but I don't think you guys understand what it means to live in Canada, in the middle of Canada in the prairies in April. This is the craziness that we get, okay? Let's see here. I mean, look at this. How disgusting. And it's not even like a good representation because the snow is a swirling and it's just terrible. Bella likes it though because she went outside just now and started rolling in it because she's crazy. So she had snow all over her face because it's like, it was mild yesterday. It was like 10 degrees. The snow is like sticky and heavy and like rainy snow. So gross, but it's fine. Anyways, I have also snuck in a bit of reading today already, and I am now on page 55. So slowly getting there. I want to just not have to concentrate on anything and just concentrate on this because I want to really absorb this story. I'm gonna get back to work and have lunch in a little bit. Hey friends, it is now a little bit later, a lot later actually. It's 10 o'clock at night. I'm here with reading updates, not for the owls, but just in general. So I actually ended up starting a middle grade arc that I have on NetGalley called The Witches of Willow Cove. Cove? Sure. If I'm wrong, I'll correct myself on the screen. And it is so good. It is so good. So it's basically, I don't even know. The beginning, it starts with Abby and Robbie. They are best friends, they are neighbors, and it's the night of Halloween, and it's the eve of Abby's 13th birthday, and so they're going out, but they don't want to trick-or-treat because they're too old for that. So they're going out to see this, I think they said the Whispering Hill or something like that, or the Willow Hill, I don't know. Something like whispering, I think, because it's just to be haunted. It's an old mental hospital. They go up to explore this, and they get caught by the new owner who has like a wand, and she ends up turning all the gargoyles on them, and out of like pure panic, Abby and Robbie jump off a cliff to like get away from her. And since they're in full costume, they're both like a witch and a wizard. Abby has a broom, and oh my god, she can fly on it. So this is like a story about like witches, and they're like coming together. They're like 6 witches or whatever, and it's like the history of Salem, and it's great so far, and I'm really enjoying it. I think I'm about 50% of the way through that because it's really fast read, and I just have it on my phone, which I'm currently holding. And then I started the book club pick for this month with my friends, The Keeper of the Isis Light, and I am 52 pages in, and I feel like I've been reading this for 4 hours, and it is only like a 200-page book, and it's going so slowly, and I hate it. I hate that it's doing that. And it's like, even the margins are tiny, like it should be going fast. I don't know. It's not my jam. Not at all. I would not be reading this if I didn't have to. So far, it's about this girl named Olwen, who is the keeper of the Isis light on this new planet called Isis, and she's been living there since she can remember, with somebody named the Guardian, who's from Earth, and a settler ship has just landed on her planet, and that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at, and we have like her perspective, and then I think we have another perspective from a boy named Mark. So can you guess what's gonna happen in this book? Mark and Olwen are gonna fall in love. I'm predicting it. It's gonna happen. So I don't know, but Monica Hughes, the author, is Canadian, so that's pretty cool. She lives in Edmonton, Alberta, as when this was printed. So yeah, I just thought I'd update you with all of that, and it is the start of my weekend officially. So I am in bed enjoying a snack of banana muffins. I have my books all around me. I'm uploading my video for tomorrow. It's almost done, and I have a booktube on my side. So it's all good. Everything's great. I just like added The Keeper of the Isis Light to my Goodreads like reading thing. I have 9 books on the go right now. 9! Hopefully this weekend I can finish a lot and shrink that down. I will catch up with you guys a little bit later. Good morning, friends. Happy Friday. I am freshly showered. I am awake. And I have reading news. Last night, I ended up staying up until 2 in the morning and just finishing this. Not because I was into it, just because I wanted to be done with this. I didn't want to stop halfway through and then have to pick it up another day because it was garbage. It wasn't garbage, it was just not good. It was not good. It was predictable. The dialogue was so unnatural. Nobody talks like that. The story was plotted weird. It had like at the 100-page mark, which is kind of just under halfway. This is when the darkest moment starts, and then the darkest moment goes until like here, and then like she goes off on an adventure on her own just to like find herself or something crazy like that, and like all of the big reveals are on the back of the book. Terrible. It was not good. I'm giving this 2 stars. I was not a fan. Don't pick it up. Don't do it. Not a good time. So now that I am free of that, I am going to finish the middle grade I started yesterday, which is on my phone. I still don't know the name of it because the Witches of Willow something, because it's on my phone and I can't check. And then I'm going to devour this as much as I can. It is also the Basically Brit round 5 of her readathon this weekend. It's on Sunday. It's a 24-hour readathon. So Sunday I am going to, if I'm still reading this will be my TBR. If I'm not, then I will attempt to finish a lot of the books that I have on the go, I think. Yeah, like I would really like to finish Pride and Prejudice and just get that off the list because it's been on my list now for like a month and a half, and all those other things. So let's just commence a much better reading weekend than it started with. Friends, happy Saturday. I don't know if I have come in yet today to say hi, but it's been a lovely day. It is now technically Sunday, but we're gonna pretend it's Saturday still because I'm awake. I have reading news. I yesterday ended up reading a huge chunk of A Storm of Swords by George R.R. Martin. I think I read from the halfway point, 500-ish page mark, to the like 800-page mark or something. And then today I finished it. I have the audiobook due in like 2 days, so I felt the need to finish it. And it's actually my favorite of the series so far. I really enjoyed this one. I really enjoyed every single storyline. I even cared about Davos' storyline, even though I never thought I would. Not nearly as much as Arya's and Jon's and Sansa's, and just like the intense knitting together of all these like pawns being moved around a board. I can see it kind of coming together, but I know this is only like the third book in like a 6-book series, and the 6th book isn't even out yet, so like I can see it starting, but it's not happening yet. And I made a comment in my mind as I was reading this. I'm like, this should have been called War and Weddings, because there were like 4 weddings in here. We have the Red Wedding in this one. We have Joffrey's wedding in this one. We have Sansa's wedding in it. Like, there's so many weddings, and it was a lot. And every single wedding was like different and had a different outcome and meant different things. And I don't know. And there's so much stuff that happens in this that I had no idea happened in the Game of Thrones world, you know, just from being on the internet. And I said previously in a different video that I have not actually read or seen this far into the Game of Thrones world, other than just being on the internet and seeing the things happen. So that's really, really cool to be getting into this, and I really enjoyed it. There is a scene near the end here, and it is a Sansa scene, and I gotta say, it is the most beautifully written scene, so heartbreaking, and then the end just takes this huge twist, and I was like sitting here just like my heart was aching for Sansa, because she's gone through so much in this book. Honestly, this book should just be called Poor Sansa, because at every turn she gets pushed down again and again and again, and she just gets thrown into these terrible situations. I feel so terrible for her. Even when she thinks she's getting safety, she's not. She's being put into another terrible situation, and she just kind of has to deal with it. And in this one scene at the end, she has made it to, I'm gonna put spoilers up in case anyone really cares, but I feel like I've been out of the Game of Thrones loop long enough that this is fine. But she is at the Eyrie with her aunt and Littlefinger, Peter, or Pitire as the audiobook guy says it, and she is pretending to be his bastard daughter, just so like she can kind of disappear as Sansa Stark, because she is still married to Tyrion at the time. And so she goes to this Eyrie, and she wakes up and it's snowing, and she wakes up in like the middle of the night, it's snowing, so she goes and she's like can't sleep, so she goes to the Godswood, which isn't really a Godswood because there are no gods there, like it's the soil, there's a thing. Anyways, she goes to the empty Godswood, and she starts to build Winterfell out of snow, and it's just so beautifully written and so achingly gorgeous. And then Peter or Pitire comes and helps her build a few pieces of it, and then it takes a turn, and it goes from being this super innocent, beautiful scene to Peter kissing her, and then her being accused by her aunt of trying to steal Pitire from her. And I don't know, just this entire book, so many different times I have to keep reminding myself that this Stark kids, like Robb is 16 in this and he's a king, and Sansa's 13, and Arya's like 11. I think she lies about her age at one point in this, but like she's small. They're all really small, and I think it's because like I know the age of the actors and stuff when they are in the show. They've aged up the kids a lot, but anyways, I've been talking a lot. Really enjoyed this. Anyways, so I've now read 3 books. Oh, I also finished that middle grade last night. That's what I read last night. I'm finished The Witches of Willow Cove by Josh Roberts, and I really, really enjoyed it. It was so good. It felt like that good young YA that we're missing a lot of in the markets right now, like for kids who are 12, 13, 14, and 15, you know, around there. It felt like I was reading about 13-year-olds. It wasn't like too young or too old for these kids. It was really good, and the kids, just friendships were really, really good, and they had the real life thing of like how fleeting and fragile friendships are at this point, but also super, super strong and like the most foundational friendships you have. And it was fantastic, and I really enjoyed the way that Josh Roberts knits together history and intrigue and fantasy all in one. It was fantastic. I highly suggest you guys go and check that one out. It comes out here. I'll put the date on the screen. And right now it's only on like ebook form, and I'm hoping that it comes out on paperback or something because I want to add it to my physical collection. But it was fantastic, and I got it off of NetGalley, which I am going to put my review up of tomorrow when I actually sit down and write my thoughts out. So that'll be great. But yes, 3 books so far in April, and not a one is for the Owls Readathon. But it's okay because I'm finishing up the books that I've had on my Goodreads shelf slowly. And tomorrow, actually right now, is the Basically Brit 24-hour readathon. And this is gonna be my read for all day tomorrow. I don't have any plans, so I'm just gonna try and devour all of this. Anyways, this has been the longest update ever, so I will see you tomorrow. Hey friends, happy Sunday. I'm here, apparently hitting my ceiling, with reading news. I just finished Pride and Prejudice. Yes, I know yesterday I said I would be finishing, or I would be trying to finish, A Darker Shade of... what? A Gathering of Shadows. That one. And I got this feeling this morning when I stood up, I got out of bed, and I looked at my bookshelf and I'm like, I want to finish Pride and Prejudice today. And I hadn't been like, okay, how many hours do I have left on the audiobook with this? Because I always read my classics with audiobooks. And I had 8 hours left. So I was like, okay, if I listen at double time speed for 2 hours, that'll get me halfway there. I'll do that. And then I'll go to A Darker Shade of Magic. But it just made me feel like I was coming home. So I just had to finish it. I ended up going for a drive with mom and dad, and I just kept it, and that's when I finished the audiobook. I was just sitting in the back, living my best life, because I can't read in the car physically because it makes me very, very dizzy and very sick. So I was just sitting there listening to the audiobook and living my best Darcy and Lizzie life. There were so many points in time where I just had a ridiculous smile on my face because this book is my favorite. It is so good. Oh, and I feel so good now. So yes, finally have this finished. It is a reread of mine. I think it's my 3rd time reading this book, but every time it gets better and better. Every time. I love it. Anyways, I am going to now start reading A Gathering of Shadows. I keep wanting to say A Darker Shade of Magic. A Gathering of Shadows. And I will update you a little later. Hey friends, it is now a fair amount later, and I wanted to update you on my reading for today before it got too late and I got too tired, because the past few days it's getting very close to that. And it's Sunday, so tomorrow is going back to working from home for me. Not only my editing job, but my piano studio has come up with, we're going to be doing remote lessons starting this week, so my week is going to be jam-packed. I can just tell tomorrow is going to be a lot of trial and error because we're trying a brand new system out to do the lessons with the kids. So, and it's going to be a whole learning curve to try teach piano remotely without actually physically being there to point to the notes for the kids, to show them the right fingering with my fingers, and to write the notes in their books and like actively be there. Like that's such a huge part of being a music teacher, is being physically there. But we shall find out how that goes. I know it goes well for my older kids because I've been doing it with one of my students who's an exam kid for the past few weeks, and she's good. She's fine with what we're doing because it's just me sitting there listening to make sure it sounds all right, and it sounds like we're just doing that kind of stuff because she's higher level. But anyways, that's gonna be this week. Oh, anyways, I wanted to come in and update you because I've read very little of this today. I ended up, well, no, I've read a good chunk. I'm now starting part 4 of this. And if you can't tell, you can actually see them on the spine, each of the parts. So there are many, many, many parts in this book. What page am I on? 157. So I am doing a few things and watching booktube, but I think tonight I'm going to try and read to page 200 of this before I go to sleep, just so that I can say that I've done enough today, because basically Readathon, I did finish Pride and Prejudice, but my goal was to read this. It's fine, I'll just take this into the week with me. It's fine. Everything's fine. I also took out on Libby the 4th Game of Thrones audiobook, so that's going to be my audiobook this week, which it should be fine. But yeah, I will probably see you tomorrow, but I just wanted to come in with that little update. It is now Monday, and we have come collectively to the end of the vlog. This week has been a week. So today I was supposed to start my remote lessons with my kids for piano today, and it didn't really work out. I got through one lesson perfectly fine. Then when I tried to get into my second lesson, it wouldn't let me, and then I was just like, it's fine, this girl, I've been FaceTiming with her for a while with like lessons and stuff previously, so I just was like, Devona, FaceTime me, this is fine. So we did that, and then I couldn't get into my third one, and I called my manager, and she's like, yeah, nobody can get in, we're gonna have to cancel this for today and try again tomorrow. And I was like, oh god. So failed, but that's fine. Because then I can actually use my evening for uploading my vlog for tomorrow, doing some reading, getting my nano in, all those lovely things, just relaxing and enjoying my evening. Whereas if I had taught, I would have been teaching until 7:45, and then my evening wraps up pretty fast then. So this is nice for today. But yeah, I have 0 reading news since I last talked to you. I believe the last thing I did was finish Pride and Prejudice yesterday, and then I ended up reading very little of Gathering of Shadows. I think I am on page 156 of A Gathering of Shadows. You can't even tell where it is. Where's my bookmark? There. So I am hoping to get a chunk of this done today. I keep saying that and I keep not doing it, so this is gonna be great. If this is already like a forecast of what kind of owls exams I'm gonna have, ooh, it's gonna be rough. Anyways, we're gonna cross our fingers and hope for that the next few weeks are going to be great, that I'm going to be reading the books that I'm supposed to be reading and not just randomly reading books that I want to read that aren't on my owls TBR. Because that's what I did this week. I mean, I had a great reading week. I finished 4 books. So that's pretty damn great in my opinion. Just none of them were from my Owls Readathon. So I shall catch you next week for that. And you will also see me, if you care to watch those videos, I'm doing NaNoWriMo vlogs as well, and that will be up Thursday for you. So watch out for that. All of April, hopefully you're going to be having 3 videos a week from me, so it's just going to be content central, which is kind of exciting for me too, because like it's just more content to put out, more things for people to watch and that kind of stuff, but it's also going to have to make me think of creative things to do in these vlogs to make them actually interesting, so I shall try. Anyways, I will catch you in another video soon. Stay kind and keep on reading.